Sandra here again, and I am going to show you how to process stevia. I planted this plant of stevia this spring, and I've taken some of the leaves off and dried them. Most of these are dried on themselves because I brought the plant inside because it freezes in Minnesota, and this is a very southern plant. It's a perennial down by the equator, but not in Minnesota. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm pruning them off and taking all the leaves and putting them in a bowl to dry. I can put them in a dehydrator and dry them quick, or I can just let them dry. I can put them in the oven and dry them in the oven. My mom, she processed some stevia years ago, and this is what she has left. It's almost gone, so it's time I do something. Green stevia, 1 tablespoon equals a cup of sugar. So there's probably only about, well, worth 2 cups of sugar is all that's left in here. So it's definitely time. White stevia, the pure white stevia, that's a teaspoon equals a cup. So the green stevia isn't quite as potent, but you just, like I say, get all them leaves off. And you can taste it. The green leaves aren't quite as terribly sweet as the dried ones. Once they dry, they get really sweet. So that's how you get a cup of sugar. But yeah, that's really sweet. It's like sweeter than sugar. So basically you can see that this here one right here, I pruned just above it because it's got a green leaf coming. I don't know, this is the first time I've really done it. There is a plant down here that I pruned to about this high, and it was kind of all dead on top, and I thought, oh, it's just a dead plant. But there's some little ones about that high coming, so that'll bush out and be a full plant. I hope I don't lose any of these because they're hard to get started, and you need a large rooting system for your stevia. So make sure that you put, if you have a stevia plant or two, put it in deep pots. And I used cow manure in my pot for fertilizer. They want soft soil. I planted it in the garden one year, and we've got heavy clay out there, so we've got good mellow soil about this deep, but then it's hard from there on down. Them did not do very good, but the ones I planted in my planter boxes that I had like 2 feet of decayed manure, them really did good. So that I knew when I planted them this year in a pot so I could bring them into the house, I knew that I had to have depth of good soil that is not hard. And the plant's done really good. So, yeah, you just kind of pluck. What I did here is I just went around plucking all the dry leaves off. Like, these are dry, so these are almost dry, so they have to be dried a little more. These are already dried. I plucked them all off yesterday, and you can see my plant's kind of bare. And now, my mom, what she did is she just took the dry leaves and went like this with a pan underneath and just made it as small as she could just by crunching it in her hands. But we have a mini food processor here, which works quite well. And just take and stuff them all in there. And I've done some that's probably about a third full. So we put them in there. And these taste really, really, really sweet once they're dried. Like as in it's choking me up. So you just go like that, put the lid on it, and hold. How to get it turned all the way. A bigger processor might work better. They're a little stronger. Coffee mill would work. I thought bring it in the coffee mill, but I had this one here, so. And then you end up with your green stevia powder. And I'll keep processing this, and there we go, there's our green stevia. So it takes a lot to make a little, but I'll keep working at this, and if you like what you see, share and like it, and it was great showing you how to do stevia. It's a sugar substitute that's very natural, and I love using stevia in my recipes. This form of stevia for cakes and stuff, because it don't have no bulk, does not work as good as like your Swerve and some of them there. Without the bulk, your cake is drier. But for like puddings and drinks, well, maybe not drinks, because this is green stevia. It works really well. White cakes, being green, you can see the green flakes in it. So you may prefer to use something else for that, but like in an applesauce cake, works okay, other than it's going to be heavier because you don't have the bulk. Where the ethanol gives you the bulk, and then it's more like a cake. But applesauce cake and pumpkin bars, because of the pumpkin and the moisture of them, actually isn't bad using this. A white cake where you've just got the eggs for moisture and milk and oil, that would be a drier cake, especially if you use something like this. So you kind of got to learn where you can use it, where you can't use it. Don't be afraid to experiment. Yeah, it's been fun. We'll be back again later. Like and share it, like I say. Thank you. Bye.